Honestly, this is like the weirdest football I've ever thrown. I don't know. It's a soccer ball. But like, it's the weirdest football I've ever thrown.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Casual Sports Talk.
Alright, this is very weird right now. This is extremely weird. We are actually at a round table. I didn't think this would happen. I didn't think we would get Rap, Isaac, and Brady to join us. Shannon filming on camera. Thank you, Shannon. I didn't think this would happen, but we are here. We are almost at the end. Group G, because...
Goon plan?
No, because Brady's actually a real G.
Oh.
But, I mean, if you want to say for Goon Plan, sure, go for Goon Plan. Group G is actually an interesting group. There's obviously two favorites in the group. It's Belgium and England. They're probably the two favorites. You also have Panama, you have Tunisia.
Panama's my guy.
Panama is Brady's team, and Tunisia is
Go
Isaac's
Tunisia!
team. Yeah, so we're going to go through this real quick. Same thing that we're doing for all the other videos. We're going to talk about some key players, how these teams could win, and we want to apologize if you guys see anything outside. There's surely some construction going on outside our little conference room here. But
CSC's official, unofficial conference room.
yes, it is our unofficial official conference room. Welcome to the CSC unofficial official conference room. Every single interview we've had, other than the one that we actually had, has been taking place here, so none.
Yeah, the other one was taking place in your
basement.
Yeah, alright, Group G. We are totally like going off track, but that's what we always do in CSD. Let's start with Belgium.
Let's get going.
Let's start with Belgium. Obviously, I mean, for me, for Mata, for you guys, even if you don't know much about soccer, you will know that Belgium is one of the favorites. They're the strongest team in this group.
in the group, yeah.
They're one of the favorites to actually like win the tournament, but they don't have this kind of dark horse tag on them anymore, right? The dark horse tag that they had 4 years ago, 8 years ago, like when this team was up and coming, now they're known.
Yeah,
now,
no, they're definitely not a dark
now
horse
people
anymore.
know what Belgium's all about.
And they have plenty of expectations this time around.
and that's probably something that's actually going to harm them more than assist them, right?
They have some big names.
Right, Brady?
We'll go through some of Belgium's players.
Yeah.
So we have up front Romelu Lukaku.
Fantastic player from
Yeah.
Man U.
Huge number 9 for Man U. And then behind him we have the likes of Eden Hazard.
And Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne, even Thorgan Hazard too might be getting some minutes.
Yeah, he might come off the bench, but yeah.
Yeah, so he might get some minutes. Yannick Carrasco, he's also great. And then it's really
And
about
then
why he will sub in for.
And then on defense they have Alderweireld and
Alderweireld,
very strong.
Company, Meunier, Vermaelen, you know, he's like, eh. And they're probably starting Courtois, like.
Yeah, which is a solid team. So
Yeah.
we know they're good. We know they have world-class players. If there's one point where they're weak on, what would you say it is?
Defense.
In the back.
Defense.
I would actually say not only defense, just as much as inconsistencies. I would say they sometimes have trouble just pulling it all together
Okay.
as a team. That'd be like my point. Like sometimes there's 100% reason for them to win a game and they just won't win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes they can dominate a game and just like they'll draw.
So they lose the teams they shouldn't lose to.
Yes,
Exactly.
It's because I find that their front field is so much stronger than their back field is.
Yeah.
They have guys like Lukaku, Hazard, Mertens, like those strong guys up front.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. And also, like, they're a team that plays with technically 5 on defense, so 3 center backs and then wing backs.
But the wing backs aren't strong.
Exactly. Their wing backs aren't actually like
Wing backs.
defenders.
They're not
you
wing
know?
backs, though.
Yeah. Most teams they'll have players that actually have like more or less a defending capability, while they don't. So they literally only have 3 people playing defense most of the game, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes Meunier can come back and help out, but he's not really the most reliable there.
Exactly. So, I mean, you could obviously throw in like a name of a player and say, hey, listen, I like this guy. I love what he does. I think he brings this to this team. Like, for example, I love what Kevin De Bruyne does.
Yeah.
He's literally, he's probably the strongest part of this team. The whole team should play through him. And, like, there's no chance that you won't be half successful if you play through him. 99% of the time, he has one of the most accurate passes in the game. He can give the ball anywhere you need him to give it, and that's just such a plus, especially in a game, in today's game, where you need the ball to just get around defenders. Like, he will confidently make that pass.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, my primary concern when looking at Belgium is like sometimes you can get away with your inconsistencies or your weak points, but you need a good coach to help you out with that.
Yeah, and Martinez doesn't get the most out of his players.
Yeah, and I don't think he's the ideal guy for a team like Belgium. I think they should have probably hired a manager or a coach who like knows how to play within a system in the back, like the defense of a team.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's what he can do. Like we saw with Everton, they were conceding goals like crazy. Like he knows how to play good counter-attacking soccer, but
And you have good players for that. You have players for
yeah, but they're gonna pay the price constantly. I feel like this time around.
Yeah. So we're gonna jump back in. I forgot what I was saying. I don't remember the point that I was making before the last.
Naming players.
I was naming players.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're showing players.
Okay. All right.
So
Yeah.
we can change teams now.
Wait. So there's
No.
something I want to say is that soccer is very much important within like the chemistry of the team, and the coach contributes a lot to the chemistry of the team. So
Yeah.
without the proper coach, they're not going to be able to like make good.
So when we bring on
make
Martinez,
problems.
say that point. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna jump back into Belgium.
Okay.
All right. Ready? On the clock.
3,
2, 1. Honestly, this is a star-studded team. In the middle, you have Kevin De Bruyne, one of the best players in the world, in my opinion. His passes are absolutely insane. 99% of the time, his pass is going where you want it to, or where it needs to be. Like, even if you don't want it, it's where it needs to be. He is a difference maker on this team. He's a difference maker in the World Cup, and for me, the reason why I do think Belgium actually will go far this World Cup tournament is Kevin De Bruyne, and he's the X factor. I mean, it's no like unknown player who's gonna like jump out at you. It's the superstar for this team, and that's who's gonna make this team, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess we'll change teams now.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were talking about the good and bad about Belgium. There's one thing I do want to bring up, just because there is somewhere they could falter. I mean, Madav, you would agree with me when I say Roberto Martinez
Yeah.
being that coach. Like, he is not same as the French national team, same as Didier Deschamps. He has not gotten the most out of his players. Right? They have been a dark horse before, and you thought they were going to far, and they didn't.
Well, soccer is a really big like, chemistry game, right? Like the coach contributes to chemistry. Like, there's not much that they can do without the right coach.
Yeah, and maybe it's a system thing. Maybe he's playing the wrong system.
De Bruyne in an interview after they drew against Spain. Was it Spain? Oh, sorry, Mexico. Sorry. When they drew against Mexico 3-3, De Bruyne openly said like, hey, we gotta switch something about the system. Like, I don't really like it with the midfield, and he openly said that about Martinez. So I mean, if the players are talking about it, then
Yeah, that's problematic.
That's definitely an issue. If
Yeah.
your players are talking crap with the coach, it's definitely
Well, it's not really talking crap. It's just criticization. It's just that
Yeah.
he's not running the
But
system
publicly
properly.
talking badly about your coach is definitely not a good idea going into
But,
the World Cup.
no, he didn't speak publicly about the coach.
It
It
was
was more
the
the system.
system.
It was
Yeah,
more
it's like
it was
change up your
how
system.
what he's doing.
But that being said, when you're talking about the system, Roberto Martinez is a coach who's been constantly criticized for not knowing how to set up a proper system that can like play the full 90 minutes. His teams constantly get scored on from the back. So, I mean, Kevin De Bruyne already making little comments about the tactics in midfield can say a lot about just these sly little digs at the coach, you know? Like, it might add up at some
Yeah,
point.
and you look at the formation, and you look at the way they play, and it's so obvious that Roberto Martinez loves to go up and score goals and doesn't care at all if somebody scores on him.
Exactly.
I
I
mean,
we saw this with Everton time
yeah.
after time when he mattered.
Yeah,
But then
so
Everton was left in like shambles. Now they're in a mess now.
Yeah, exactly.
and it's unfortunate because this is this team's golden generation. 4 years ago they were dark horses. 4 years from now they may be like relegated to where they were before they were dark horses. Like nobody knew of them. They didn't have great players. Like this is the time for them to win. And if they don't win now or in 4 years, your window's shut.
I don't think they're gonna go too far, and I think part of their failure might be due to Martinez, due to the coaching problems, and due to
Yeah.
like, not meshing well, the chemistry there.
I mean, if they were playing Germany tomorrow, I'd pick Germany. If they were playing Brazil tomorrow, I'd pick Brazil.
Exactly.
Yes.
I would say that Belgium's one of the teams that's the worst of the best, but the best of the worst.
For sure. They're in that little mid-ground.
Yeah.
But I
I think
think
you want to be in though.
Dumbasses. This is Kevin De Bruyne. He's absolutely the biggest key to Belgium's squad this World Cup. His biggest asset is his passing. He delivers some of the most accurate passes you'll ever see. If Belgium wants to win, get KDB the ball and let him do what he does best. Sports. Learning.
Thanks, coach.
I think it's good enough to get out of your group, right? Especially in a group like this.
Yeah.
I think it's good enough. So I'm going to say I
Don't
think they
sleep on
finish-
Panama, dog.
Don't sleep on Panama? Well,
So
I don't
I guess we'll talk a little bit about
You want to talk
Panama
about
right
Panama?
now.
Let's talk about
Let's talk
Panama.
about Panama.
Brady,
Okay.
So dumb.
what does Panama need to do to get out of this group? What is
Like,
their biggest strength?
They have defense.
Yeah, I would agree.
Robert Torres.
Yeah, I would totally agree. Roman Torres,
Gabriel Torres.
Adolfo Machado, and then Michael Murillo possibly getting in there, and Jaime Penedo and Nets, I would definitely agree that they have a great defense in a World Cup where not that I've already seen this, that like not many teams are strong defensively.
Exactly.
Right?
You need a
And a strong defense.
That's what wins. Don't let them score.
Defenseman's championship.
I'm going to say this for Brady, a football reference.
Oh no.
In the Super Bowl,
Oh god.
how did the Eagles secure their win?
Trick play.
By the help of their defense. The Eagles won without the defense, right?
You won your fantasy championship with the Eagles defense.
I won my fantasy championship with the Eagles defense. Defense wins championships. So if Panama want to get out of this group, you're gonna have to rely on the defense. And a team like Belgium will score on you. A team like England, though, we'll talk about England soon, but like there's question marks there. Even if they can just pot the ball in the net, like a strong Panamanian defense could easily hold them to a 2-0 and 1-1 draw, and that might be good enough for them to get out of the group.
I think with Panama, though, like, they have to embrace their role as the dark horse. You know, like if they try to hold the ball off, and if they try like to make the big tackles and do things like that, I don't think it'll be a good World Cup for them. I think they'll get exposed almost in every area. I think they need to focus pretty much on allowing the other team to attack. You know, allow them to drop forward, allow the other team to be comfortable, and then hit them with the counter attack.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not expecting much from this group. Obviously, going around the table, I don't think any of us expect much.
Oh, no.
But that's where the best stories come from, right?
Yeah.
If we're here in this room 2 weeks from now talking about Panama in the round of 16, I'm gonna be like, listen. Obviously, I didn't expect this to happen, but I see why. And there's a reason for everything. There's a reason behind everything, and
So yeah.
this is how the game works.
Yeah, so I guess we'll talk a little bit about a similar team to Panama.
Exactly. Tunisia's in the same spot, right?
Very
Isaac's
similar.
team.
Isaac's team.
They're not as good as Panama.
What happened over here?
I don't know, man. I just can't seem to keep my bumper together.
And you know what stays together very well? What? That Panamanian defense. They have a rock solid defense, and that could be the key to them actually getting out of Group G.
See if they can fix my car.
I hope they can fix your car. I mean, look at this.
If they can fix their team, they can fix my car.
There's bungee cords. There's bungee cords.
It's Panama.
Changed now.
No.
You shifted.
He's jumping on my way.
As much as I want Tunisia to win, but I know it's not gonna happen. It's impossible.
Okay.
I know one player on the team. Wabi Kazri.
I'm letting you know, they actually have better odds to win the tournament than Panama does.
Really?
Tunisia's at 500 to 1.
Are you gonna
Panama's
hop
at
back to
1,000 to
Tunisia?
1.
Back on?
No, they're not gonna win.
Wow.
Yeah.
Question, how many bets you put down for this?
None yet.
Yeah.
You still have a few weeks.
2 weeks.
So I think with Tunisia, like the main thing you could say is I remember watching just recently. There was a friendly versus Spain, and Spain only managed to win that game 1-0. And honestly, like Tunisia looked the better side for a lot of it. So I think.
I was just trying to think
That's
about hopping back on.
Yeah. So I think.
I have
This is
to
back
think
on
hard
it.
think, yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot to say in that. Maybe they're willing to put in the work.
Yeah, and the hard-working teams. This is a game. The international game is so different compared to the domestic game. Because the international game, if you put in hard work, it doesn't matter how many amazing players you have, you'll win. Iceland in the Euros, they are known now as probably one of the hardest working teams in the world.
Absolutely.
And we are here with Brady G for the inaugural CST World Cup Spelling Bee. Unofficial World Cup Spelling Bee. Brady, are you ready for this?
No.
Okay, well
Definitely
we're going
not.
anyways.
I know.
Ready?
Sure.
Spell for me Wabi Kazri.
Can I sentence, please?
Tunisia's most important player in this year's World Cup is Wabi Kazri.
And then Wabi, so I'm gonna go with the W. Wabi. W-Y-B.
Okay, he's
Very good.
He's
Very
out.
good.
That was easy. Okay, Isaac's
Isaac's
up
third.
next. Isaac, come on in. Just switch seats.
Okay, I'll get up.
And you'll cut through that part, and it'll just cut to me for Isaac. Alright.
W-Y-A? Wabi.
No. Alright, Isaac, obviously, if you spell this one, you win. Okay? You spell this one, you win. I want you to spell for me Saber Khalifa.
S-A-B-E-R-K-H-A-L-I-F-A.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. We have a champion.
Absolutely.
And look at the success they had.
And listen,
Wales, they put in the world.
you brought up Iceland, which makes me want to talk about our next team,
Yeah.
England.
Oh.
So England's coming off that defeat to Iceland in 2 years ago in the Euros.
Yeah, and that's still in their mind, obviously. Now they have Gareth Southgate at the helm.
Yeah, a new coach, and a somewhat similar team.
He's going so much younger.
He's going younger, but because a few guys have retired, so a few new guys have had to draw.
Yeah.
So I guess you could go through some of them.
So, I mean,
Kane.
of these guys, obviously Harry Kane up top, Jamie Vardy up top, that's like expected, right? But you have guys like Marcus Rashford, who's getting his first World Cup experience right now.
Raheem Sterling.
Raheem Sterling, I think he might have been 4 years ago, I don't really know. But,
Yeah, I think Sterling was on the team.
but regardless, it's still like
He's young.
He's still young. And then you guys, for me, I'm looking at this roster and I'm seeing that Ruben Loftus-Cheek is there.
Mhm.
And I'm asking myself why. I'm honestly asking myself why is he there? Listen, he had some good performances throughout the year. He's not even cracking the starting 11 at Chelsea on a regular basis. So why is he cracking the England starting? Why is he cracking the England
I mean, you have
roster?
to consider the people he was chosen over. So to name a few, Jack Wilshere and Adam Lallana
Exactly.
were two players that were dropped, so a player like Ruben Loftus-Cheek could get a chance.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder why, like you said. And the only thing that comes to mind is maybe they know in 4 years' time Ruben Loftus-Cheek will still be around, and maybe one of the center points of the England.
Well, yeah, so Wilshere's going to be 30 in 4 years, and Loftus-Cheek's going to be, I'm pretty sure he's like 21 now, so he'll be like
Yeah,
25
very
and entering the prime of his career. I get that you want to groom him, but this is not like a random tournament with all of Europe. It's not the Euros, this is the World Cup. Why are you bringing somebody with no experience to the World Cup? It just baffles me. You're bringing a young kid to the World Cup where you're supposed to bring your best players. If they want to win, Ruben Loftus-Cheek might not help them win.
Unless they're
so young,
like
no
Myra said,
experience.
he's looking for the future. They're looking for the future. In 4 years, maybe he'll be their star.
And that also doesn't make sense to me.
But you also have to consider the group they're in. Like, having known what group they were in, they should have thought, oh, we actually have a very good chance to make it to the elimination rounds.
Yeah, like,
And then going forward, maybe we could have.
Getting far, not far.
And they're picking like Trent Alexander-Arnold on
Which is
defense.
a great choice.
Great choice, but again, no experience.
Yeah, honestly, I think experience is sometimes an overrated statement when it comes to World Cup. I think what's more important than experience in the international stage is just maturity in the players. And that's something I find they lack.
Yeah, I mean, what about goalkeepers? Jordan Pickford's starting his
Yeah,
first World Cup.
Listen, he had a pretty rough season for Everton, to say the least. But as a goalie and save percentage, and making saves, he did a great job. So that being said, good for him. But yes, it is his World Cup. The other alternatives who were more experienced weren't any better choices, I would think.
Isaac loves Jack Butler.
Yeah, I think Butland should be the starter.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay. The thing with a guy like Jack Butland is I don't think you could have gone wrong with picking him or Pickford. It's just considering who you think will keep a level head during the game and make less mistakes. And I think that's what they see in Pickford,
Yeah.
someone who can keep a level head during the game.
And I think all five of us do agree that Belgium and England get out of this group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a stronger
The
group.
only thing is how far did they go?
I think Panama. But whatever.
Yes, Brady does think Panama.
I think there is big room for an upset in this group.
So obviously, when you're looking at England, their big problem is that they don't have an identity. And they really need to find their on-pitch identity. So, England, my advice to you, follow your roots. Maybe drink some tea. Really?
Yeah, just
I
like
guess
knowing
it's-
England and
Just the way
knowing
you guys
how
are
they-
talking, I feel like definitely Panama could pull it off.
It's the
honestly.
group that like we're convinced about the most, right? So there's a strong possibility that something happens here.
Nobody's expecting much from Panama or Tunisia besides these two guys here. So
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think if an upset's going to come, it'll come.
And
from
of
this
course, Brady's always right, so
group. Yeah.
that's gonna
Am
happen.
I always right?
No, you're never right.
Brady's always wrong.
I'm not
Brady's always
true.
wrong.
I made some good bold predictions, but whatever.
I guess we'll have to see.
We'll have to see. Obviously, the World Cup is starting. I hope when you guys are watching this, the World Cup's just starting. You're getting on the hype train because we are all super excited. Once again, shout out to Bad Monkey. We have one more left. You guys have one video left. Shout out to Bad Monkey. I had some of the popcorn before we went to lunch today, and like I was like half full when I went to lunch. It was like awesome. And
You eat the whole bag.
He didn't hold
Yeah,
back. Didn't share. He
I
didn't
can neither
share.
confirm nor deny these allegations at this current moment of time.
I did suffer from a nice little hand slap when trying to take
You're
some
trying to take
popcorn.
his-
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
assaulted
right,
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Assaulted.
I guess I need some sincerity training or something.
Starbucks.
So we're gonna leave you guys for now. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys think of our opinions on Facebook and Twitter, especially with the three boys here taking their
Their vast knowledge.
exactly.
Oh,
I
God.
was gonna say something else. I was gonna say their
Fast
baby steps into the world of soccer. But in either case, boys, thank you so much. You guys have provided some great discussion.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys for the next video.
Let's go, boys.
On the clock.